Good morning from Corteva Coliseum at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, the site of this year's first ever Breakaway Holiday Classic. Today's events are sponsored by Get 8 Sports, Golico Inn Daily, Hope Plumbing, Horizon League, Indiana Physical Therapy, LD Smith Plumbing, Intangible, Old Fort Baseball Company, Peterman Brothers, SI Design, and Social Cantina. Well, today is a day full of Indiana high school hoops featuring 4 matchups right here on the ISC Sports Network. Courtside at the Coliseum alongside Kristen Hazley, I'm Kelsey Casper, gearing up for game 1 of the day and the first of 2 girls matchups this afternoon. Up first, it's the 6-5 Bishop Chatard Trojans taking on the undefeated 9-0 Bloomington South Panthers. Kristen, your opening thoughts before we tip things off.
Yeah, great to be here. First annual holiday showdown here at Corteva Coliseum. Obviously, Bloomington South coming in undefeated, feeling confident, a lot of momentum. But this Bishop Chatard team has played a tough schedule early on in the season. This could be a battle of shot selection and just seeing which team can be more efficient with the ball.
We got a good one to start things off here at Corteva Coliseum. We'll step aside when we come back. Opening tip between these two teams.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids. It makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Ready for opening tip, game number 1 of 4 this afternoon here at the Coliseum at the Fairgrounds. Bishop Chatard taking on the Bloomington South Panthers. The Panthers win the opening tip. Their starting lineup, number 2, Tatum DeVries, number 5, Avery Schwartzman, number 10, Annika Smith, number 22, Violet Hall, and number 32, Julia Lashley. An offensive foul in the opening possession for the Panthers gives it to the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Their starting lineup, number 2, Oella Birdie, number 10, Alex Kendall, number 12, Olivia Burzai, number 23, Lily Braun, and number 25, Betsy Tragesser. Olivia Burzai driving in the paint. She hands it off, and a little floater connects for Birdie to open the scoring.
That's a great early sign for Burzai, getting into the paint, drawing the attention of the defense, and then a nice dump off for the lay-in.
Here's Violet Hall weaving her way, goes off the backboard for 2. Bishop Chatard, last year, the Circle City Conference champs for the first time in program history. They went 14-9 on the season, and perfect 4-0 in conference play. Kicking it out to Tragesser. Saving it right before the half-court line. Here's Burzai. Leads the team in nearly every statistical category. Ball on the ground. Chatard comes up with it. That shot off the mark, and another offensive rebound for the Trojans.
A little sloppy early on, obviously playing in a new arena, a big arena for these ladies, trying to settle in. It's going to be really important for Bishop Chatard to take care of the ball on offense.
Bloomington South coming off a win over their rival Bloomington North. A dominant win on Thursday, 62-36, as a foul is called on the floor, and Tatum DeVries is going to head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Bloomington South just having a great year so far. Head coach Larry Winters loves the depth that his bench can bring. He said, there's no drop off. I can play 10 players and any one of them can lead us in scoring.
DeVries misses the first. 5'8" junior guard getting a replay here on her drive. One for 2. Bloomington South with the early 3-2 lead over Bishop Chatard. The first of 2 games today. After this one, we got McCutcheon versus Floyd Central.
2 great matchups in this first round matchup, and early on, Bishop Chatard is just doing a nice job of controlling the post. They're getting high quality looks and finding some good movement offensively.
That was Alex Kendall right in the middle of the paint with the floater. Here's DeVries, the kick out to Hall. Corner three, no good. The putback, no. Foul on the floor, it'll be heading Chatard's way.
Yeah, you see the height there of Julia Lashley for Bloomington South. Obviously one of their key players, scored 16 points on their game on Thursday night. And you see there just the ability she gives you on the boards on the offense and defensive end.
Bloomington South bringing the full court pressure. Trojans trying to get it across. Still not there yet, and a timeout's gonna have to be called by Dan Wagner.
Yeah, he'll burn one early on, but it was well done there by Bloomington South. Got her trapped there in the corner and then picking up the dribble. Just a death sign there for that one.
Well, Chatard with the early 4-3 lead over Bloomington South, but the Panthers bringing the full court pressure, forcing Dan Wagner, fifth-year coach at Bishop Chatard, to use a timeout. His group winners of 3 of their last 4, but they fell last night to Roncalli at home, 54-40 the final score, looking to bounce back off a short rest. Played last night, and you're here bright and early at noon to face off against Bloomington South.
That is a very, very quick turnaround, and when you look at the two styles of play of these teams, it really is the advantage of Bloomington South. As you see with the press, they want to try and pick up the tempo of this game.
But it's picked off. Here's Violet Hall coming down court. Can't hit the layup. Offensive rebound, grabbed by Smith. Baseline pass, the shot coming from Lashley. She gets her own rebound. DeVries, jumper, it falls.
A great mid-range find there by DeVries. Beats her defender and finds that nice spot-up shot.
Olivia Birdie nearly breaking in front of everyone. Last touch by Chatard, it'll be Bloomington South ball. It almost caught the full court press off guard, but unable to capitalize on the opportunity.
All right, and that's the risk reward of that full court pressure that Bloomington South is putting on. If Bishop Chatard can find that pass that breaks it, a lot of times it's gonna lead to an easy lay-in.
Here's Smith, passes it back to Lashley, her 3 off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound from Smith, and she gets called for the travel. It's going the other way.
Ooh, tough call there for Smith. It's a good possession, though, for Bloomington South. You saw Lashley get the open look there, a little bit of defensive confusion from Bishop Chatard, but then the travel there, sending it back the other way.
Here's Burzai, bounce pass and spinning, putting it in is Alex Kendall. She's up to 4 early points.
And that's the senior there for Bishop Chatard, leads them, doesn't lead them, but is pitching in about 10 points a night. One of those big important scorers they'll need to get going early.
Burzai pushing the tempo off the rebound. She'll go coast to coast, but the layup off the rim. DeVries up ahead and just out of the reach of Schwartzman. It'll be Bishop Chatard ball.
A little bit of up-tempo there. You see Bishop Chatard getting to the rim, getting into the paint. That's what they want to see. More high quality looks like this, and then, yeah, just a little fast there. Good eye by the referee, though.
Couple missed opportunities near the rim for the Trojans. This is a Bishop Chatard team that averages 61 points per game. Here's Olivia Maynard in for the first time. Gets her own rebound. Short jumper is good for Alex Kendall.
Kendall's off to a nice start, just finding some good momentum baskets, easy pick and pops, and that's 2 in a row for her.
Here's Addie Prawl now at point guard for the Panthers. Prawl from 3. Tie ball game.
How about that? Prawl not frightened by the big bright lights at all in this Coliseum. Lets it fly, and it's on target.
Trying to answer. That was Lily Braun on the other end, but it'll stay Chatard ball.
See Chatard really starting to settle in more into their offense, moving the ball around the perimeter. They get a good look there. Not insanely high three-point percentage shooting team, but that's a good look there for Chatard.
Alex Kendall from three, no good. Burzai kept alive. Good effort by the Trojans. But a travel called on Lily Braun.
Yeah, she saw her lane to the rim, and you love the aggressiveness to try and attack that angle, but just gets her body moving a little bit early there, gets called for the travel.
Couple substitutions for both sides. Rebecca Allen now in for the Panthers. Arnold driving. 2.5 minutes to play in this opening frame.
That's great aggressive man-to-man defense by Chatard. Good help there on the block.
Kraft's shot was short. Here comes Megan Todd. Up ahead, draws the foul, and she'll head to the free throw line.
It's really important there for Megan Todd to get going. She finds her way into the paint, creates the contact. She's gonna get her way to the free throw line, but more so it's that you're showing this Bloomington South team that you're not afraid to drive into the paint.
Her free throw falls. Megan Todd, 5'6" senior guard. And it stays a 1-point lead for the Trojans. Maddie Prawl, the sophomore. No call there. 3 off the mark from Kraft. Up ahead, here's Todd, plants her feet, and puts it in for 2.
That's a great transition basket there by Bishop Chatard. Todd again gets to the rim, and that time able to finish for the 2-pointer.
A run for the Trojans as they take an 11-8 lead over Bloomington South here in the first quarter.
Great look at the replay there. Todd goes down, almost jump stops and almost travels, but well done with the shot fake, dodges a defender, and it's an easy lay-in for her.
Alex Kendall has been great for Bishop Chatard to start this game. The 6'1" senior with 6 early points in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's really important there for the Trojans to get her going. Obviously not really having too much of an issue right now with the full court press, but this Bishop Chatard team is, more of a guard-driven offense, not having a true post presence on the roster.
Here's Quinley Fife for the first time. Defense from Chatard. But Fife unable to put it in. Gets her own rebound and draws the foul.
That is just great work there by Quinley Fife. She's getting some more playing time this year. Coach is really, really happy with her development. And you see there just the double team, a nice spin move, and it's the hustle after to go off after the offensive board. Those are some championship winning plays.
And Fife knocks down the first free throw. Brings some height to this roster. A 5'11" player, just a sophomore though. Knocks them both down. 1-point lead for Bishop Chatard.
She's gonna be a great player in the coming years there for Bloomington South, and obviously they're excited to continue her development.
Off the glass. Olivia Maynard with her first points. DeVries in the corner. Gets it out to Smith. Drives. Her shot off the mark, but gets her own rebound. The 3 off the front of the rim from Fife. Here comes Maynard. Off to Kendall. And a travel called.
It's a good transition there. Bloomington South is able to get back on defense. I like the three-point shot there by Fife on the other end. And then there, it's just that extra little step. Got her there on the post. It's a good double.
54 seconds to play in this opening frame. Bishop Chatard with a 13-10 lead over Bloomington South. Ball out to Lashley. Driving. Good defense from Berzai.
That's a great sign for Bishop Chatard, slowing Lashley down, especially in the interior post.
And a jump ball is going to be called. Good defense from DeVries to break up that pass. It will stay Chatard ball.
Feels like it's early on in the day, but both of these teams really bringing the defensive aggression. You like to see the full court press and some trap defenses going as well.
But Berzai takes the extra step and turns it over. 26 seconds left for the Panthers. Hoping to hang on to one final possession. One-score game here in the first quarter. Good three, good look from Schwartzman, and she knocks it down to tie it.
It's a great find and a great stroke there by Avery Schwartzman.
Berzai on the drive is fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line with 8 seconds.
That's tough, but that's exactly what Olivia Berzai can do for you if you're Bishop Chatard. Not afraid of the taller post players, able to drive into the post, get a shot up, and create the contact here. Even Lashley reaching in there trying to help on the drive.
Haven't seen much offensive productivity from Berzai. She leads this team in points per game, scoring about 12.5. But she knocks down her second free throw.
And obviously a great sign for Chatard that you're still in the lead in this quarter without her getting going. It's just nice to know you've got some offensive options.
Right at the buzzer, the final heave almost in for Julia Lashley. As that caps off an entertaining first quarter between Bishop Chatard and Bloomington South. It's the Trojans with the 1-point lead over the Panthers after the end of the first quarter. You're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Sports fans. We pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Ready for the second quarter between Bloomington South and Bishop Chatard, the first of 4 games this afternoon at the Corteva Coliseum at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Up next, the second of 2 girls matchups, the McCutcheon Mavericks taking on the Brebeuf Braves. And then later today, 2 boys basketball matchups. The first, Fort Wayne Bishop Lourdes taking on Avon. It's a 1-point lead for Bishop Chatard over Bloomington South to begin this second quarter.
I thought Bishop Chatard's guards did a great job in that first quarter of showing they can handle the pressure from some of that Bloomington South defense, but come out and drain a three. First shot of the quarter.
Wide open three for Avery Schwartzman. It's her second. Kendall for Chatard had 6 points in that first quarter to lead the scoring. But a turnover here.
That's the other thing they did really well in that first quarter. Very few forced turnovers. They did a great job at taking care of the ball, breaking that press. That's going to be one of the things that'll keep Bishop Chatard in this game, is making sure they're efficient on offense.
Kick out in the corner. Hall bouncing around the rim and out. And a foul underneath the basket will head Bishop Chatard way.
That's an excellent shot there by Violet Hall, and she finds her spot in the corner, and you'll notice there, Violet Hall, a member of the USA Track and Field Paralympic team. She was just named their Female Athlete of the Year, so not only can she find some spot-up threes, but she is very fast as well.
Yeah, pretty incredible story for Violet Hall, competed at the World Para Championships in India. Just a few months ago, she was born without her lower right arm, but she's a track athlete, competed in the 100-meter and 200-meter races.
It's amazing to see some of the things she can do on the basketball court. You would never know if you weren't paying close attention, but you see here again the catch, the dribble. Very difficult to defend.
That one just off the rim. Here comes Birdie. Cross-court pass to Addie John, who takes the extra step. It's a couple unforced turnovers to start the second quarter for Bishop Chatard.
Yeah, they really need Berzai to kind of get on that ball, settle them down, find some composure here. Obviously still in a great position, but really want to take advantage of those possessions.
But Chatard takes one and hands it right back to the Panthers. DeVries pushing ahead. Here's Smith. Hands it off to her teammate Lashley.
That's a great look for Lashley. She went 2 for 3 on Thursday from behind the arc, so that's definitely within her repertoire.
Trying to get it inside, but kick ball off the foot of Hall. All over the place. Birdie's gonna head to the free throw line. It was good defense by Bloomington to break up the pass, but Birdie ended up with the easy layup, but gets fouled on the way up.
Yeah, take a look there, just floating around, and Birdie does a nice job securing, and I love the awareness, just goes straight to the rim. A little bit of a bobble there, creates the contact.
Birdie, the 5'9" junior, up to 3 points so far in this game. And she hits both to tie it back up.
Already early on, it's looking like it's going to be a tight one going into halftime. Worth noting, though, Bloomington South did come out in their last game out of halftime and put on a 28-5 run. So definitely able to score in bunches.
They are undefeated this season as Julia Lashley gets the bucket and the foul.
And that is one of the reasons why this Bloomington South Panthers team has not been beaten yet this year. Great court awareness, a power dribble, excellent step there in on the angle, creates the body contact and finishes through the contact. That's just good stuff there from Lashley.
Unable to complete the three-point play, but the Panthers are 10-0 this year. And they take it right back. but she stepped out on the baseline. That was Avery Schwartzman. It'll be Trojans ball.
Yeah, Schwartzman, the sophomore there, this is her first year in the starting lineup, so really trying to get some experience, finding these moments. An awesome game to be a part of here for her.
Chatard trying to break that press again. Gesser through the paint. No. Lashley. Shot was deflected. Burzai comes away with it.
Good defense by Chatard. They rotate into the paint and help.
Right to the rim. Alex Kendall on the drive.
You love the aggressiveness and you love the decision making there. Alex Kendall's having a great first half so far for Chatard.
She comes back on defense. The takeaway. Burzai gave up the shot. Off 1 foot was Gesser. DeVries comes away with it. Under 5 minutes to play in this first half. Bishop Chatard and Bloomington South tied at 18. In and out off the hand of Quinley Fife. Pushing tempo. Alex Kendall, no. But her teammate draws the foul. Olivia Maynard's going to head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And there you see Alex Kendall again for the Chatard Trojans, able to get out in transition and run. And if Bishop Chatard can limit you to one and done on the defensive end, they love to find that sped up game in the transition to try and get a quick lay-in.
After the free throw, plenty of subs come in.
Bishop Chatard has a little bit of a smaller rotation for Bloomington South, and that's one of the reasons this Panther team likes to pick up the pace, play an up-tempo game. They'd like to really pick that speed up and wear some of these Bishop Chatard legs down, especially with the quick turnaround from last night.
Good move. The jumper off the front of the rim from Arnold. Kraft picked up her dribble. Schwartzman all the way across court to Prawl. Feeds it right back to Schwartzman, who draws the foul inside.
Good awareness there. Bloomington South works the ball around the perimeter, finds a nice skip pass, and then it's the pass inside, trying to find Schwartzman. And they'll go to her again.
Right off the inbound. Arnold was open, but couldn't convert. The three no good from Maynard. And a jump ball is going to be called.
And you see Olivia Burzai there getting in on the offensive boards. Not only leads them in points, but also rebounds, assists, and steals. Obviously a big key piece of this Trojan offense, and really need to get her going.
Well, here's Burzai driving, but good defense by Rebecca Arnold.
Great job there from Arnold, just using her height. Excellent positioning. One of the reasons Burzai's struggling.
Schwartzman from three. And last touch by the Panthers. Trojans ball.
You've got to like the offensive looks you're getting right now if you're Bloomington South. Obviously, they like to try and go quick, but you've seen that they can pull it back, use some patience, find the extra pass, and just try and find those high percentage open looks.
But the Panthers trail by 2 here towards the end of the second quarter. Their defense, though, has been great. The pressure forces a turnover. Kraft in trouble, but a reach-in foul called on Addie John.
Yeah, you see the full court press there, paying off with the steal, and then just a little over-aggressive there in the corner defense is Addie John. No team really in particular foul trouble yet at this point, but always a good thing to keep an eye on.
Arnold spin. Her shot off the mark. Maynard down court. Tragesser in the paint. Off the rim and out. But last touched by Arnold. It'll stay Bishop Chatard ball underneath their basket.
It's a good look from Bishop Chatard. You love what they're doing in transition. It's a great shot there by Tragesser, but just a little bit of a cap on the rim right now for Bishop Chatard.
Kendall off the inbound, her three off the rim. Prawl comes down with it. DeVries. And her pass up ahead to an open Schwartzman. Can't get the layup to drop. And she's called for a carry.
Yeah, it looked like just a little bit there. Addie John trying to break the pressure, and she's trying to split the two defenders and almost turns it into a bit of a running back Heisman look there for a second. Yeah, right there, yep. Bit of a tuck, I like it, creative, but caught.
So it'll be Panthers ball at the inbound. Just over 2 minutes of play in this first half. Weaving, but can't finish, is Schwartzman. And she commits the foul.
It's a great take by Schwartzman. Does a little bit of a hesitation, finds her way into the paint, and then crosses over the defender. All that was missing was the finish there. She's playing some really high quality minutes right now for the Panthers.
Both teams in a bit of a scoring drought. Off the fingertips of John and out of bounds. And Chatard turns it over.
Both teams feels like struggling to get into an offensive rhythm this quarter. A lot of transition, a lot of back and forth. Some good looks here, but neither team really finding that momentum quite yet.
Schwartzman to a cutting Prawl. And finally one drops for Bloomington South as they tie it at 20.
It's a great cut across there by Prawl, and even better focus there to finish through the taller defender there for Bishop Chatard.
Foul called on the floor. It's going to go against Rebecca Arnold.
Gonna take a look at the replay here, and it does, yep, going the other way. Looks like she was set. Oh, no, she'll go to the line. There you go.
So Olivia Maynard at the free throw line. Trojans had a 1-point lead after the first quarter. They lead by 1 with 1:14 left.
Yeah, and early on, both of these teams fairly evenly matched. Felt like Bloomington South came out a little bit hotter on the offensive end, but Bishop Chatard sticking there now with a 2-point lead, and really this is what you want in a holiday basketball tournament. Excellent competitive matches.
Kraft in the paint, creates some space and puts it in off the glass.
Beautiful post move there by Kraft. Just a little bit of a pivot, gets the defender moving and finishes.
Braun tangled up down low, and Arnold takes it away. Bloomington South with some momentum. Schwartzman inside. Kicks it back out. Schwartzman for 3, and she hits. Panthers out in front.
Big time bucket there by the Panthers. A little back-to-back scoring action there. And it's great court awareness by Lashley. She kicks it back out. There you go, Schwartzman starting to find her rhythm on the offensive end. She looks like she's just going to be doubled and stuck down there, and at a great spot up by Schwartzman. No doubt about it, even on the closing out defender.
That is the 4th 3 from Bloomington South in this first half as they take a 25-22 lead over Bishop Chatard with just 30 seconds left in this first half. There's been several lead changes in this matchup. Bishop Chatard controlling the lead majority of the way, but right now Bloomington South starting to pull ahead before the end of the first half.
And their offensive success pairing up really nicely with some of the defense they're playing right there. The last trip down the court, you saw Rebecca Arnold just doing an excellent job of using her height. Sometimes taller players feel like they need to get out of their space a little bit, but Arnold does a nice job. She goes straight up on defense, just makes it tough to beat her down on the block.
This is a Bloomington South team that won 23 games last season. They lost in the semi-state semifinal to Pike. Looking to make another deep playoff run this season. They have yet to lose a game.
It's crazy to think we're already starting to get closer to some of that postseason play. Winter season sneaks by so fast sometimes for this girls basketball teams.
Almost halfway through the season.
Crazy.
15 seconds to work with for Bishop Chatard. Kendall to Berzai. Here's Birdie. She loses it on the ground. And a jump ball is going to be called with just a second left. So Bishop Chatard not able to do anything on their final possession of the first half.
Great active hands there by Bloomington South, and it looks like it was DeVries just getting in there, clean swipe, and it's just the extra effort plays on defense.
Last second heave from Julia Lashley is no good. But the Panthers, after trailing by 1 after the first quarter, goes on a nice run to close out the second. They lead Bishop Chatard 25-22 at the halftime break at the first ever Breakaway Holiday Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service.
We host classes nearly every working day.
With thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year.
So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care.
The holidays are already stressful enough.
So when it comes to peace of mind for your home,
Trust Peterman to get it done.
and for a limited time, get a free furnace from us.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com for details and to schedule.
Code 19 Racing is the world's first pro autonomous race car team. At the heart of motorsports is competition. Drivers and pioneers of technology taking the latest advancements and proving their value on the racetrack. That's why we race at Code 19. We're here to win, and we want you to come with us.
Your home uses water all day, every day. So when plumbing problems arise, you need them fixed fast and right. The LD Smith Plumbing crew can handle anything, from outdoor plumbing repairs to everyday water problems. Plumbing may not be pretty, but we're pretty darn good at it, and we'll always give you a fair price.
That's our dirty, stinking, honest LD Smith Plumbing promise.
LD Smith Plumbing!
A dirty, stinking, honest. Call today and save up to $300 on a new water heater installed.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Back at Corteva Coliseum, Kelsey Casper alongside Kristen Hazley for Game 1 of 4 this afternoon of Indiana High School basketball. First game up, it's the girls. Bloomington South taking on Bishop Chatard, and after the halftime break, it's the Panthers who lead the Trojans 25-22. And Kristen, in that second quarter, Bloomington South outscoring Bishop Chatard 12-8. Their offense started to click really well, especially from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, we mentioned it early on. I think, these holiday tournaments, playing in a new building, for all terms, a college arena, if you will. Both teams kind of settling in that first quarter, but then Bloomington South just doing a nice job of finding those open looks. Got a great few looks from behind the arc, and then on the defensive end, credit Bishop Chatard. They're right in this game with him, but Bloomington South so far feels like they're having the better amount of looks as well as high percentage shots.
In the first half, Bloomington South knocking down 4 threes, 3 of which coming off the hand of Avery Schwartzman. She leads all scorers with 9 points. On the other end, it's Alex Kendall for Bishop Chatard with 8 points, shooting 50% from the field. But like you said, Bishop Chatard struggling a bit against the aggressive Bloomington South defense. They have turned it over 14 times in that first half and struggling a bit with the full court pressure that they're bringing.
Yeah, absolutely, and credit obviously Bloomington South, a very good disciplined team and a great full court press they put on. But you're right, it's just whether it's the corner and the traps, they did a few nice times of breaking that full court press, and then they find the easy land. But again, towards the end of that second quarter, just started to get a little sloppy on some of those possessions.
Bishop Chatard did lead the way majority of the time in the first half, but Bloomington South going on a 5-point run to close out the second quarter as they lead 25-22 at the halftime break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the first half and what we can expect to see from the second here in Game 1 of 4 at the Coliseum at the Indiana Fairgrounds. Bloomington South with a 25-22 lead over Bishop Chatard here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service.
We host classes nearly every working day.
With thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year.
So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care.
The holidays are already stressful enough.
So when it comes to peace of mind for your home,
Trust Peterman to get it done.
And for a limited time, get a free furnace from us.
Visit petermanhvac.com for details and to schedule.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids. It makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. Today's events are sponsored by Intangible. Athletes in every sport have physical measurements for everything, running, jumping, and lifting weights. Now, how can you measure mental health performance? The Intangible Stress Test is a world leader in mental performance. Players in the Breakaway Classic took the stress test, and here are the leaders in clutch score. 700 is an elite score, and we have several clutch players playing in today's game, 8 girls in total. Teams can go to intangible.co to improve their mental health performance today. Pretty interesting.
Very interesting. Those are some high scores there. I wonder if there, probably some sports IQ bits in there and whatnot. Be funny. We got to go all the way down though until we get Julia Lashley there for our game right now, but should be a good one coming up after this then.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the first one, and let's take a look at some of the highlights. At the halftime break, Bloomington South leading Bishop Chatard 25-22. It was the Trojans who got the hot start first, but Bloomington South, their offense starting to come alive.
Yeah, Bloomington South really got into a nice rhythm in that second quarter. You see early on, though, Bishop Chatard doing a nice job of handling the pressure of that full court press, getting some high-quality looks down low on the block. Alex Kendall had a big first half for the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Much needed since Olivia Berzai was a little bit quiet for them. And then again, once they're able to break that full court press and find the open man down on the baseline, they're doing a nice job of finishing those good looks. But you said it, Bloomington South really started to come alive in that second quarter.
With the help of 4 threes, 3 of which coming from Avery Schwartzman. She leads all scorers with 9 points. Addie Prawl has 5. For Bishop Chatard, Alex Kendall leads the way with 8 points, and Olivia Maynard has 6. Well, teams starting to come back into the court after the halftime break. When we come back here at the Coliseum, we'll have second half action on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Beaver played all their own games here.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service.
We host classes nearly every working day.
With thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year.
So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care.
The holidays are already stressful enough.
So when it comes to peace of mind for your home,
Trust Peterman to get it done.
and for a limited time, get a free furnace from us.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com for details and to schedule.
Trojans and Panthers back at the court for some second half action. Bloomington South leading the way 25-22 after the first 2 quarters. Kelsey Casper and Kristen Hazley with you for the first of 4 matchups on this December Saturday. Lots of Indiana high school hoops coming for you. We'll be on the call for the next game coming up after this between Floyd Central and McCutcheon, and then later on the 2 boys games starting at 6. Fort Wayne Bishop Luers have taken on Brebeuf. Then to cap off the night, Avon facing Harrison.
I love the selection of all of the teams, girls and guys. Just really going to create some exciting matchups. We've obviously got one right now as we start the second half. Going to see who is at the top of this after these last 2 quarters.
We saw a competitive first half between these 2 teams. Bloomington South trying to remain undefeated on the season, and their defense is helping them do that. The takeaway from Schwartzman, and she draws the foul. It'll be Panthers' ball. That is the 15th turnover they have forced in this game.
Yeah, Bloomington South loves to be active in those passing lanes. Anytime you put the ball down on the court, you've got to expect that there'll be 1 or 2 sets of hands swiping at it, and you see there just a nice job of getting in the way and making things tough on Chatard.
Schwartzman's pass out of the reach of DeVries. It'll be Chatard ball.
Really looking for Bishop Chatard's guards to step up a little bit in this half. Obviously, Olivia Berzai, she's typically a very efficient scorer. She can play inside or out behind the perimeter, but something to get them going, a little bit of a spark offensively.
She's their lead scorer, and she was limited to just 1 point off a free throw in the first half. And she gets called for the travel.
And she's just having a frustrating afternoon so far. You see she's doing a nice job of attacking, gets into the paint, but instantly that Bloomington South defense is swarming. She had 3 right there and 1 in reserves.
Corner 3, it's good, off the hand of Violet Hall. That's the 5th 3 the Panthers have hit.
They're shooting it incredibly well from downtown, and Violet Hall joins the list. A great spot-up shot for Hall.
Tragesser, the one hand through the paint. Schwartzman comes down with the rebound.
Thought Tragesser had a nice first half. She did some good things offensively, just couldn't find the knockdown.
And she goes back to back. 6 points from Violet Hall to start this third quarter, and Bishop Chatard calls a timeout.
Big start to the half for Bloomington South. You said it, back-to-back Violet Hall from both corners, and it's a great driving kick. Lashley starts it, and Hall just spotting up, waiting. No doubt about it, releases with confidence, nothing but net.
It is a 31-22 lead for Bloomington South. Today's action sponsored by Mulberry Telecommunications. Mulberry Telecommunications offers high-speed fiber optic internet streaming TV and telephone solutions. We are your local telecommunications cooperative, serving Clinton and Tippecanoe counties for over 120 years. Our future-proof fiber technology is backed by our signature small-town customer service. Sign up today at mintel.net or call 765-296-2885 to experience the Mintel difference.
Big moment out of this timeout for the Trojans. I think they need a few high-quality possessions, play clean, mistake-free basketball. Got to value those possessions, make the extra pass. Honestly, you're not putting too much stress on the Bloomington South defense at this point. You'd like to see them get through maybe a couple rotations on offense and really force Bloomington South to defend late into the clock.
Looks like Olivia Burzai getting a cut checked out. But Bloomington South, they ended the first half going on a 5-0 run. They start the third quarter on a 6-0 run. Trojans have not been able to score in the opening minutes of this third quarter.
Now, obviously an explosion there. You take the 2-point lead and expand it a bit, and now it feels comfortable for the Panthers. Obviously being undefeated on the season, they're used to playing from ahead, and they're very comfortable in that spot.
Tragesser works around Schwartzman to get it past half court. Kick out, corner 3, no. Trojans still in search of their first 3 in this game. Here's DeVries. Her floater falls short. They'll try again from the opposite corner. No good. Burzai comes down with the rebound. No foul called as Kendall comes away with it. And Chatard not able to capitalize on that possession.
2 great open looks for Bishop Chatard from 3, but just not finding the knockdown yet.
Hall finds a lane, and she's fouled.
Man, Hall came out of the locker room at halftime and said, I'm taking over this game. Back-to-back threes, a great drive into the paint. He even goes up between the contact and gets a shot up. I just love the aggression there, great decision-making. Excellent play there by Violet Hall.
This is the first. Violet Hall with 8 points in this game. Chatard trying to draw up a play to break this press. And it's a jump ball. Schwartzman gets a hand on it. It'll stay Bishop Chatard ball.
You said it, Bloomington South just playing some elite defense right now. Head coach Larry Winters is admittedly a defensive-minded coach, likes to mold his programs around defense, and you can see why in this game so far. They're just making everything an extra degree harder for Bishop Chatard.
A foul called down low.
Berzai has been finding her way to the rim and into some contact, but hasn't gotten many calls yet on that post. She gets one there.
She gets an open look here. Jumper too much. She'll try again. This one off the front of the rim.
Again, just tough afternoon so far for Berzai. Not able to find the bottom of the net. It's got to be frustrating for a player like her.
John gets it to Todd. Driving and the foul.
There's a little bit of life for the Trojans. Well done there by Megan Todd. A nice little give and go there with Hattie John, and she finds her way to the rim, focuses through the contact, and finishes with confidence. She'll go to the line for one.
And one opportunity for Megan Todd. 3 points so far for the senior. Fights for her own rebound, but out of bounds, Bloomington South ball.
Looks like Bishop Chatard's gonna come with some zonal full court pressure.
Making it difficult for the Panthers to get past. They do just in time. Hall saves it. Lashley underneath, but blocked from behind. Berzai coming and swatted out of bounds.
Hustle play there by Hall. Great save. She goes into the front row, and it looks like it's Addie John that goes in there with him. They take out a couple chairs. Excellent hustle there from Hall.
Lashley through the paint for two. John gets it past half court. Berzai pressure. And the Trojans turn it over.
Yep.
Travel call.
Great defense again by Violet Hall on the other end, really pestering Olivia Berzai, making it difficult for her to do anything on the perimeter. Almost gets away with the steal there as well.
Here's Maynard going baseline, off the rim. Berzai offensive rebound, and she draws the foul.
It's a great drive there by the Trojans, able to find her way baseline as Maynard, and then Berzai's there ready for the offensive board. Gets to the line. I was going to say she came down and it looked like there was a hand coming out of her shoulders. So I'm sure someone wasn't in the great straight up position there.
This is the free throw. Still only 1 point for Berzai. Bishop Chatard trails by 10 now in this third quarter.
Yeah, they feel really comfortable with that 10-point lead. We've talked about Berzai's struggles on the afternoon, but it's just another difference between these two teams. You know, we look at Julia Lashley for Bloomington South, one of their best players, and she's kind of had a quiet afternoon. The team in general, though, is playing fantastic, and that's that balance that this Bloomington South Panther team brings to the court.
There's Annika Smith. And she draws the foul. Annika Smith will head to the free throw line.
I like the move here. Faces up. Beats Birdie with some speed there, and then just love the court awareness, goes up to the rim and even adds some contact as well as she nails the first free throw.
$11 points for the Panthers in this third quarter. They've held the Trojans to just 3. Trigesser in trouble and turns it over. Gives it away to Arnold. Schwartzman dumps it off down low, but Lashley can't finish.
Just as you were saying there, the full court pressure, you see the swarming defense of Bloomington South almost turned some great defense into offense there. Arnold just couldn't find the finish. But again, this full court press just making things incredibly difficult on some of these Bishop Chatard guards.
Burzai to the corner. The 3 from John is short. Pull-up jumper, that drops off the hand of Lashley.
Everything going the Panthers' way this quarter. You know, Bishop Chatard's putting together some nice possessions, finding some good looks, which just makes the poor shooting afternoon even more frustrating if you're a Trojan fan.
Burzai weaving, and I think she had her shot deflected. Up ahead, Kraft. In and out, but she'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Great focus by Kraft, getting out, running the court in transition. Even with 2 defenders hanging on her, almost gets it to drop in. Unlucky not to get the and one there. Excellent court awareness, doesn't even put the ball on the floor. Just a great heads-up play there by the Panthers.
Bloomington South's been doing a great job of getting to the free throw line, earning their points at the charity stripe.
That's part of that up-tempo pace that they play, Kelsey. It's, you know, they can beat you off the dribble. They'll beat you with a pass, obviously, in transition, and put you in those positions where you've kind of got no chance but to foul.
And those 2 free throws give the Panthers a 15-point lead. That pass nearly picked off. It'll stay Trojans' ball. 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. Game 1 of this Breakaway Holiday Classic at the Fairgrounds.
You can come by tonight for second session and cruise through the lights on your way
There you
through.
go.
Maybe halftime.
Yeah.
Got a halftime show across the street.
Tragesser underneath. Birdie's shot doesn't go. A foul called. It'll be heading Bloomington South way.
And I think that's on Alex Kendall, and she was the bright light for the Trojans in that first half. Obviously like the aggression, but great ball security there by the Panthers, and just struggling right now, Bishop Chatard is, to get anything substantial going on the offensive end.
And I believe that will put Bloomington South into the bonus as Arnold heads to the free throw line. Arnold hits one.
Arnold's development is going to be really fun to watch at Bloomington South. They don't right now, you know, have a traditional quote-unquote big woman, if you will, someone to play that post and really dominate. Much more of a guard-centric offense. But as she develops, she's going to become a force down there on the block.
Here's Kraft. And fouled, or stepping on the line, is Elena Mackey. It'll be Trojans' ball.
Probably the first turnover we might have seen in this half by the Panthers. They've been doing a nice job of taking care of the ball.
Last touch by the Panthers. Trojans able to quickly break the press and get down court. That one off the backboard, lots of contact as Olivia Maynard hit the ground, but it'll be Panthers ball.
Alex Kendall let that one fly and instantly buried her head in her hands. Was like, oops, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Minute and a half to play in this third quarter. It's been all Panthers in this second half. But the takeaway, here's Maynard up ahead, who puts it in for two.
Big play by Maynard there. Nice job reading the court, reading the dribble. Great transition bucket.
Looking to bring some life to this Chatard offense. Lashley wasn't able to get a shot off. Kraft kicks it out. Arnold for three, and she hits. The 6'2" forward knocking down the corner triple.
We were talking about her development in the post. Add that she can drain a couple threes there. I tell you what, I bet you Coach Winter is happy to have her in the program.
Coach Larry Winters in his 27th season as the head coach of the Panthers. And he certainly has a group that could make another deep run in the playoffs this season.
Absolutely. From what we've seen this afternoon, just very solid, very balanced, well-disciplined, obviously aggressive on the defensive end. This could be a dangerous team come postseason time.
Three off the hands of Mackey is good. And the shots are falling for the Panthers in this final minute. They extend their lead to 20.
Love the confidence there from Mackey. Comes down, pulls up, nothing but net.
Looks like a foul on the
Lily
court.
Braun,
confusing.
maybe. Yeah, we're all confused.
A couple players asked, what's that?
Quote, Webster's Dictionary, what is displacement? But yeah, essentially there, I think they got Lily Braun just a little bit of maybe a forearm shove there. Originally, the referee signaled, said we're going to go to the baseline, but that must be the bonus, I'm guessing, there for Bishop Chatard.
So Megan Todd will head to the free throw line with 15 seconds to play in this third. Berzai checks in, Maynard takes a seat. Todd misses the second, but Kendall grabs the offensive rebound. It'll stay Trojans ball.
Kendall Todd, obviously, Alex Kendall, obviously adding some height for you. Does a nice job on the block there to get the rebound. Berzai still can't get one to go. Man, it's just been a frustrating shooting afternoon for her. I mean, it's a great challenge, though, you know, for a team leader to be put in this position. How do you propel your team to play better when you're not the one doing it? You know, do you create? Do you draw defenders and create a nice space? Try and find that extra pass. Finally gets one to go from the free throw line, but you just feel for Olivia Berzai this afternoon.
Has not had a field goal drop today. All of her points have come from the free throw line. Knocks down both. 17-point lead for Bloomington South. Violet Hall from the corner, and she's knocked down. With 0.6 seconds left, Violet Hall is fouled beyond the three-point line. She'll head to the free throw line to shoot three.
We saw her drain one from there earlier, and it's a great find. Yeah, just a little aggressive on the closeout as Alex Kendall. She'll go to the line for three.
Yeah, Violet Hall had a hot start to this third quarter, knocking down 2 threes in probably a matter of 5 seconds.
Yeah, back-to-back, both corners. She's got it covered. I think that's a bingo somewhere.
Knocks down 2 of 3, and that is how the third quarter will end. It was all Panthers coming out of the halftime break. They hold Chatard to just 7 points in the third frame. They have a 19-point lead heading into the fourth quarter right here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service.
We host classes nearly every working day.
With thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year.
So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care.
The holidays are already stressful enough.
So when it comes to peace of mind for your home,
Trust Peterman to get it done.
and for a limited time, get a free furnace from us.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com for details and to schedule.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids, makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Heading into the fourth quarter here in Game 1 of the Breakaway Holiday Classic at Corteva Coliseum, the Indiana Fairgrounds. Kristen Hazley and Kelsey Casper with you as we enter the fourth quarter. It is the Bloomington South Panthers with a 49-30 lead over the Bishop Chatard Trojans. And Kristen, it was all Panthers in that third quarter. Their offense was clicking and their defense holding Chatard to just 7 points.
Yeah, Bloomington South coming out of halftime with all cylinders firing, keeping up that full court press. They're playing aggressive man-to-man defense in the half court. Hands in passing lanes, any loose balls. The Panthers have been on it, and their defense just turning into some really nice offensive sets for the Panthers that quarter.
Bloomington South attempting to remain perfect on the season, 10-0 coming into this game. The closest game they've had so far, it was a win over Evansville North, 38-35. That was also their lowest scoring affair of the season. But other than that, they have been dominant against their opponents. Here's Mackey on the drive. Lashley for backup. And Prague somehow gets the offensive rebound.
Great recycle there and a nice find in the post. Excellent effort on the boards. Turns into a wide open layup for the Panthers.
That was Quinley Fife with the bucket. A driving Berzai. She holds on to it and steps out of bounds.
Give the block to Violet Hall. Go step for step with her down the lane. And then as soon as Berzai tries to lay it up, Violet Hall comes in. Clean swap for her.
And a quick 30-second timeout called by head coach Larry Winters. Clearly wanted to talk something over, and his team is already back on the court.
He is comfortable enough right now that he will call a timeout just to make sure he's heard at this point. It's like, and another thing. But a quick word there, it looked like with Lashley, and they're right back out. Obviously, you mentioned some of the score lines this season so far. Really comfortable playing with the lead. And you see why. They've taken great care of the ball the entire game. And that just outlasted some of the spurts that we saw Bishop Chatard put in the first half.
Bloomington South shooting 54% from the field in that third quarter compared to just 13 from the Trojans. Bishop Chatard only knocking down 2 from the field.
Yeah, just a poor shooting night for the Trojans.
Beautiful pass from Prahl. Fife the finish.
And I think, again, you just credit some of the defense that Bloomington South has played, Bishop Chatard's not able to run their usual sets. Berzai's not gotten into any kind of rhythm. Really, they're just struggling to find some points in this second half.
Long two off the mark, and it's a jump ball going Bloomington Southwest. Prawl in trouble. Berzai comes away with it. Tragesser's shot's deflected. Kendall's jumper off the front of the rim, and it will stay here. Foul called on the ground.
Violet Hall, I think, is going to lead us in blocks for the game. She gets another clean one on the perimeter here. And again, you know, she's obviously got some length. We talked about her track and field experience. She's very, very quick, closes out that space. Hands high, great defense.
Quick three off the mark, and Hall gets the rebound. Gets it inside quickly to Kraft. Put back, no. Lashley, no. And the Trojans come away with it.
A little bit forced that time down the court by Bloomington South. But again, it's the movement, it's the open looks that they're able to find. Obviously that time Lashley not able to put it away, and Bishop Chatard doing a nice job of transitioning into the paint there.
And Kraft was right there to get her hands in. It'll be Trojans basketball off the jump ball. Been almost like a silent sort of creep out of domination by Bloomington South. You know, we were very tight the entire first half, and a couple threes here, but they answered back with one. But Bloomington South has just opened up now this 20-point lead, really just taking the dominance of this game. That was the first three we have seen from Bishop Chatard. It was off the hands of Maynard, and the response on the other end, banking it in, Audrey Kraft. Nice little spot-up shot there for the rotational guard. And they're averaging about 16 points a game from the bench, and they've got 18 already tonight. Berzai getting through the paint. Unbalanced. Kendall's shot is no good. Drawing the foul is Lashley, who's gonna head to the free throw line. That was pretty good transition defense that time by Bishop Chatard, and that's why Lashley kept it as long as she did. Tried to find the early cross court to the interior post, but again, Bishop Chatard did a nice job there getting hands in the passing lane, denying that one, and that's why Lashley's got to take it to the rim. But bad news for Bishop Chatard. She's really good at that too, so she'll either dump it off for the open two or create some contact and find her way to the line. 6 points, 6 rebounds for the senior. She's up to 7. Good pressure from Bloomington South, but it'll stay Chatard ball. Interesting chance to see a little bit of a half-court inbounds play here. Here's Todd. Great move. They're calling one saying travel, one saying foul. I think they're going to go with the foul on the floor. I think that's fine. I thought, Todd did a nice job. It kind of overlaps the outside there, gets the ball into the paint. I think it was a fairly clean Euro step. Todd hits one. 56-34, the Bloomington lead here in the fourth quarter.
Bishop Chatard still going with that zonal full court pressure there. And that's the play. Once you get it across, can you get the guards to pick up their dribble in that corner, really lock them in there? And that almost had them there, but they'll have it out of bounds here on the side to restart it.
Annika Smith back in at point for the Panthers. Berzai trying to get the steal. Comes away with the rebound instead. Works her way through two defenders. Kick out to the corner. Todd's three off the rim.
And again, it's a great example of some transition offense there by Bishop Chatard. Berzai does a nice job of getting in the lane and finding the open shooter. But again, just a tough, frustrating shooting afternoon for the Trojans.
Up ahead, Birdie. No foul. John there for the cleanup. That's her first point of the afternoon.
Megan Todd's doing a nice job of creating some offensive opportunities for the Trojans.
Null's pass out of bounds. Turns it over, Trojans ball.
If I had to point to one thing that I think if Bishop Chatard could improve that makes this one closer, it's that right there. It's the turnovers, it's the unforced errors. Those are one of the things that obviously we just saw a turnover there by Bloomington South, but we saw it a lot in the first half. Those unforced mistakes that just waste a possession for you.
Out of bounds, Bloomington ball. Schwartzman gets it past half court. Kraft stuck underneath. Smith, the open look. Her three, no good. Kraft. Offensive foul, though, called underneath.
It's a good possession there for Bloomington South. They break the full court press. Able to get a nice looking shot here, but guess we're going to get a charge called on that one.
And the takeaway. Lashley getting her hands in on it. DeVries up ahead. All the way cross court. Kraft's three, no good. There comes Berzai. Almost another takeaway from Lashley.
I love that the defensive effort hasn't slowed at all for the Panthers.
Second chance. Birdie, no. Up ahead, Schwartzman, extra pass. DeVries draws a foul.
Great ball movement, great passing there by Bloomington South. Really just the basketball IQ to pick your head up, find that open player, and read the defender. DeVries unlucky not to see that one drop, though.
Taking a look at what is next for both of these teams. Bit of a break. Bloomington South, the next game, not until after Christmas, December 27th. They face off against Lawrence Hill. And then Bishop Chatard hits the road on December 29th at Twin Lakes. Two games on the 29th. Twin Lakes and Munster.
Going up to your neck of the woods.
It's my alma mater.
Yeah? What are the Munster? What's the mascot there?
The Mustangs.
The Mustangs, that's right. Not as good as, what is it, the Brickies, aren't they up there? Hobart?
Hobart.
Yep. Nothing like Indiana mascots.
We'll step aside right here with 2:13 left. Bloomington South up big.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service.
We host classes nearly every working day.
With thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year.
So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care.
The holidays are already stressful enough.
So when it comes to peace of mind for your home,
Trust Peterman to get it done.
and for a limited time, get a free furnace from us.
Visit petermanhvac.com for details and to schedule.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful, and now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids, it makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Final minutes of game 1, Bloomington South looking to hang on and keep their unbeaten streak alive. The 58-36 lead for Bishop Chatard. Panthers looking to improve to 11-0 on the season.
They're going to be a tough team to beat. I'm sure it'll happen at some point this season, but the way they've played this afternoon has just been so balanced and solid. I mean, we talked about Quinley Fife, you know, the sophomore really getting involved. You see some bright spots from her, from Rebecca Arnold. They're not a one-star show, making them even more difficult to defend.
DeVries gets out of trouble. Mackey long shot, no. Lots of second chance opportunities for Bloomington South today as well. And they come out with it. Schwartzman had the hot hand in the first half, knocking down 3 threes. She's up to 4 in the game. But a bad pass here, lots of contact as Olivia Maynard draws the foul.
Good aggression there from Maynard. Sees a little bit of a light pass. Tries to beat the ball there. And go against Birdie, or excuse me, against Tatum DeVries. That's the aggression that you wish you would have seen a little bit earlier from the Trojan defense. If they had maybe forced a few more turnovers, you know, you get on a bit of a run there and could be anyone's game at that point.
Little floater drops in, Lily Braun for 2. Final minute in this matchup. Panthers recover. But that pass broken up inside. Berzai working her way in and gets her first shot to fall in the final minute.
Well, it took till the last minute, but Berzai said, nope, I've got to get at least one from the field there. Again, if you're a Trojan fan, you know, you would have loved to see her get a little bit hot earlier on, but you've got to credit Bloomington South and the defense that they've played this afternoon.
Here's Todd. On the drive, Todd falls down. Berzai, last 10 seconds. Need to get a shot off here. And that's how this one will finish. A dominant second half from Bloomington South as they win it 58-40 over Bishop Chatard to kick off a day of hoops. Kristen, your thoughts?
Just a really well-rounded, excellent, balanced game by Bloomington South. You see Bishop Chatard, you know, struggling a little bit without Olivia Berzai, able to get going. Great performances by Alex Kendall as well as Betsy Tregesser, but what it comes down to is just the balanced attack of that Bloomington South offense, the aggression on the defensive end, whether they were in man-to-man or full-court press. Honestly, they controlled the tempo, they controlled the boards, and the scoreboard shows they controlled the game.
And they stay undefeated on the year, improving to 11-0 with the win. Well, today's game sponsored by Get 8 Sports, Golico, and Daily, Hope Plumbing, Horizon League, Indiana Physical Therapy, LD Smith Plumbing, Intangible, Old Fort Baseball Company, Peterman Brothers, SI Design, and Social Cantina. Well, that will do it for us in Game 1, but don't go far away. Floyd Central taking on McCutcheon for Game 2 of the afternoon and the second of the girls' games in the Breakaway Holiday Classic. So for our entire crew, along with Kristen Hazley, I'm Kelsey Casper. Catch us in just a little bit for Game 2 of 4 in the afternoon right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.